Carl Jung's quote, "You are not afraid of loneliness, you are afraid of facing who you really are," is a profound invitation to dive into the depths of self-awareness, a concept central to Jung's psychological philosophy. It's not just a pithy saying, it's a challenge, a mirror held up to the human psyche that dares us to confront the parts of ourselves we often avoid. Let's unpack this idea with excitement and curiosity, exploring its layers and why it resonates so deeply. The surface fear, loneliness. At first glance, loneliness feels like the boogeyman. The idea of being alone, disconnected from others, without the buzz of social interaction can stir discomfort. Society often paints solitude as something to avoid, a state associated with sadness or failure. We're wired to seek connection, to belong to tribes, and the absence of that can feel like a void. But Jung flips this narrative on its head. He suggests that loneliness itself isn't the real issue. It's not the quiet moments or the lack of company that truly scare us, it's what those moments force us to confront. Imagine this, you're alone in a quiet room, no phone, no distractions, just you and your thoughts. The silence amplifies everything: your doubts, your unresolved emotions, the nagging questions about your purpose or choices. That's where the real fear kicks in. Loneliness becomes a gateway, not to despair, but to a raw encounter with your inner self. Jung's insight is electrifying because it reframes solitude as a powerful opportunity, not a punishment. The deeper fear, facing the true self. Jung's work revolved around the idea of individuation, the process of becoming your authentic self by integrating all parts of your psyche, including the shadowy bits you'd rather ignore. When he says we're afraid of facing who we really are, he's pointing to the shadow, a key concept in his psychology. The shadow is the hidden part of you, your repressed desires, unacknowledged flaws, buried insecurities, or even untapped potential. It's the stuff you don't post on social media, the thoughts you push away when they creep up at 2 a.m. Facing who you really are means meeting this shadow head-on. It's thrilling and terrifying, like standing at the edge of a cliff, knowing you have to jump to discover what's below. Why is it so scary? Because it demands honesty. You have to admit your contradictions, the ways you've failed, the masks you wear to fit in, the dreams you've abandoned. But here's where it gets exciting. Jung believed this confrontation is the key to growth. By embracing your true self, flaws and all, you unlock a kind of inner freedom and wholeness that no external validation can provide. Why loneliness is the perfect stage. Loneliness strips away the noise. Without the chatter of others' opinions or the distractions of daily life, you're left with the raw material of your psyche. It's like stepping into a psychological laboratory where you're both the scientist and the experiment. In solitude, there's no one to impress, no one to perform for, just you and the truth. This is why Jung saw it as a crucible for self-discovery. Think of it like a hero's journey, another concept Jung inspired. The hero doesn't grow by staying in the village, surrounded by comfort. They venture into the unknown, face trials, and return transformed. Loneliness is that unknown wilderness. It's where you wrestle with your inner demons and discover your hidden strengths. The fear isn't the solitude itself, it's the uncertainty of what you'll find when you look within. The excitement of self-discovery. Here's where the quote becomes electric. Facing who you really are isn't just about confronting pain, it's about uncovering potential. Jung believed that within each of us lies a spark of the divine, what he called the self, with a capital S, the totality of who you are meant to be. When you strip away the fear and dive into self-exploration, you might discover passions you've ignored, strengths you've underestimated, or a sense of purpose that lights you up. It's like finding a treasure map to your own soul. This process isn't a one-time event, it's a lifelong adventure. Every moment of solitude, every pang of discomfort, is a chance to peel back another layer. The fear of facing yourself transforms into curiosity, even exhilaration, as you realize that knowing yourself is the ultimate act of courage. It's not about becoming perfect, it's about becoming real. Applying Jung's wisdom today, in our hyper-connected world, Jung's words are more relevant than ever. Social media, constant notifications, and endless to-do lists make it easy to avoid solitude and, by extension, self-reflection. We fill the silence with noise because sitting with ourselves feels daunting. But what if we leaned into it? What if we treated loneliness as a friend, not a foe? Try this. Carve out 10 minutes today to sit alone, without distractions. No phone, no music, just you. Notice what comes up: fear, boredom, inspiration, regret. Don't judge it, just observe. That's the first step to facing who you really are. It's not about solving everything in one go, but about starting the conversation with yourself. Each moment of honest self-reflection is a victory, a step toward living more authentically. The bigger picture. Jung's quote isn't just personal, it's universal. Across cultures and eras, humans have grappled with the tension between external connection and inner truth. Myths, religions, and philosophies all point to the same idea: true fulfillment comes from knowing and accepting yourself. Loneliness, far from being a curse, is a sacred space for this work. It's where you forge your identity, not in opposition to others, but in harmony with your deepest self. So, the next time you feel the sting of loneliness, get excited. It's not a dead end, it's a doorway. Jung's words remind us that the scariest thing isn't being alone, it's avoiding the incredible, complex, messy, beautiful truth of who you are. Step through that door, and you might just find that the person waiting on the other side is someone worth knowing.